Hey everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan and today I'm going to show you exactly how to check your fuses with nothing but your smartphone flashlight. Okay, truthfully any flashlight will work or holding it up to the sun will work, but it's kind of a fun thing and everyone has one, so it's an easy, handy flashlight to have. Checking automotive fuses is one of the easiest things you can possibly do on a car, and typically when something goes wrong, it is the first thing I check is a fuse, because those often go out and they can be a big part of your diagnostic journey on fixing your automotive problem. This is a super easy basic skill that you need to have in your repertoire, so let's jump into it. So I'll show you the problem we're having with this car today. I'll turn the headlights on, and we can see that this headlight does not turn on, the passenger side does. I've already checked this bulb, it is fine. I actually already pulled it out, put it on the bench, and it does light up when you give it power. So my conclusion is, it's not getting power, and the first place you check is a fuse. In order to check a fuse, you need to find out where the fuse box is. Normally, they're located somewhere underneath the hood, like on this car right here, its fuse box is right here. But many cars have them elsewhere, like on my F-150. It's located in the passenger footwell for some strange reason. Even this car has another fuse box located in its passenger footwell, as well as one in the driver footwell. So you need to look up which fuse you're looking for and where it resides. Luckily, the fuse we're looking for today is located in here, nice and easy to get to. So we need to open this fuse box up. Normally there's like a safety or something you need to just kind of pry open. This one goes there too. And then you just get it out of the way, and you have full access to all your fuses and a couple different relays. So typically, on the back of the lid we just removed, there'll be a diagram telling you where everything is and what fuse does what, and its correct amperage rating. Sometimes these get torn up or faded in such a way you can't read it. Luckily, that info is almost always available online or on our website, twocarpros.com, and it's also located in your service manual. So right here on our lid, we can see that left low beam is right there on the diagram. It's 10 amp, as are all the other headlight fuses. And just a quick side, when they say left, that is in relation to where the driver is seated here in North America. So if you're sitting in the driver's seat, it's the left side of the car. If you're standing in front of it, that's going to be the right. So just kind of something to keep in mind. So let's go ahead and check that fuse. Just like the diagram says, the top of this bunch of 4 is where we're looking. And I use a pair of pliers, but you could just as easily use your fingers and just give it a good pull, just like that, and we can just take a look at it. So here's our suspected bad fuse, and how do you tell if it's bad? Really easy. Take your phone's flashlight, turn it on, and shine it through. Look at that. You can see very clearly that it's broken. So this fuse is no longer functioning, it is not supplying power to that circuit, and it's being a problem. For reference, this is what it should look like. Notice there's no break of any kind. It is complete, so the circuit will complete unless the load is being demanded too much of it, where it pops, just like our first one did. But this is our replacement unit, so let's go put it back in the car. So these are known as a mini fuse, and these mini fuses are pretty much the automotive standard these days. However, back in the day, in older cars, you had these, which are referred to as normal size fuses. We kind of call them big fuses these days, but these are what fuses used to look like. And just the same, you can look through them and see if they're broken or not. And this one right there on the left side of the parabola, there's a definite burn mark and a definite problem. So this fuse is no good as well. I went ahead and I just wanted to show you guys that. So if you have the bigger style fuses, it's exactly the same, just a little bit different form factor. And real quick, I'm going to show you in real time what it looks like when a fuse fails, and it has a very distinctive sound, so oftentimes you'll be able to hear a fuse pop, and you'll know exactly where to go. It's a blink and you'll miss it kind of moment, but that's basically what happens. Something grounds out, something draws too much power, and causes the fuse to fail, which is good because it prevents your car from burning down. So go ahead and replace that fuse. There you go, and we can try our circuit. Go ahead and give it another try, and look at that. The headlight comes on. Now if you turn the circuit on and it immediately pops right back off and you hear that audible click and you check the fuse and it's gone out again, then you most likely have a dead short somewhere, so something's grounding out where it really shouldn't be. And you're going to have to check the wiring for that, and obviously that is going to be bespoke to whatever problem you have. Or if it keeps popping, it's okay for a little bit and then it starts popping. I would check all the connections because those can get hot and create more draw and eventually lead the fuse to popping. But A lot of times you'll put a new fuse in and everything's fine for a very long time, but if it keeps popping or pops immediately, you have a more systemic problem that you need to look into, and it's not just the fuse. The fuse is a symptom, not the cause of a problem. In this instance, it's instructional purposes, the fuse was the problem, and this car is ready to go back on the road. Now you might be saying to me, what if you have a bunch of fuses to check and it would be unfeasible to take each and every one of them out and look at them? That's when you get your automotive test light. If you are working on an electrical system in a car for any length of time, I 100% recommend one of these. You don't have to get the snap-on one. You can just get the cheapo one off Amazon. It'll work just fine. Hook it to the negative side of the battery or a good ground somewhere. I'm going to turn the circuit back on. So in this instance, I've turned the headlights back on. So power is being fed to that fuse. What this means is that this fuse, the bad one, I've already put back in. I know it doesn't work. One side will have power, just like that, and the other side won't, so I know that this fuse is busted. So it should be power on both sides. So we know the brake is right here, and you can just do this, obviously, super easily over a bunch of different fuses very, very quickly, which is how we do it in the automotive field. You can also just probe both sides of the fuse with a multimeter to see if it has continuity. I'm going to assume you probably don't have a multimeter, and that's just fine. The flashlight will work, and the test light will definitely work. Now I've replaced that bad fuse with the good one once again, so the headlight works again, and I'm just going to put the cover back on. There you go. So that's how to check automotive fuses using nothing but a flashlight. Really, really easy. Don't pay somebody to do this. You can do this. You can look up what is causing your problem, what fuse is governing that, and check that fuse, either solving or eliminating that possibility in your diagnostic journey. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. I'll do my best to get to those comments. Otherwise, you can go to twocarpros.com and ask a question for absolutely free, and an automotive expert will be along shortly to help you out. Thank you so very much for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting at all, please consider becoming a member down below by clicking that join button. It's a direct way to help the channel out. Barring that, a like, comment, and subscription go a huge way in helping my channel out, and I so appreciate that as well. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.